replaced some of the metal on the front clip. So all this stuff here and over there on that side has been replaced. So I can have a nice fresh piece of metal right here for when I weld it back onto the Skyline. Now this is pretty ugly, but it is what it is. This chunk here was super rusted out, so I cut it about like that and boogered it back on. Still need to grind down these welds. There were a couple spots where it blew through. This sheet metal is super thin, and I'm no fancy welder. This part of the frame rail was also rusted out, so I cut it about here and remade this whole piece up to here. So there's been quite a bit of rust taken care of. Over here there was a split as well, and like I said, this other ear piece has also been replaced. I also went ahead and replaced a small chunk in the wheel well section and repaired a little bit of it that had been damaged. Lots of booger welds, man, lots of booger welds. But ground them down most of the way. Something like that, give or take a bit. Yeah, so the rear wheel well piece from the old front clip now fits pretty well. I just need to prep this guy today and start filling all these plug welds. I'm pretty nervous about it, but I gotta start doing it at some point. So today's the day, I suppose. This stuff has taken days of work. It's taken a lot of time. I'm really hoping that once this rear wheel well piece is on the car, things will kind of speed up, but no promises, because like I've said before, I'm not totally sure what I'm doing here, if that's not clear to you already. Alright, I got some weld through zinc primer here. Yeah, nothing like painting the camera. Alright guys, so after a lot of grinding, the rear part of the the rear half of the wheel well is in the car. It was scary. It's the first time doing plug welds for myself, so They're definitely not perfect. There's a couple of spots that I want to fill in. You can see there's a chunk there that I want to go back in and get a little bit of filler in, and there's some spots where we got some nastiness that I want to grind down and go over again, just so that it looks as decent as it can. I can't say I expect perfect out of all this stuff, because I'm just like, I'm not that good at welding. I would be setting myself up for a lot of disappointment. That being said, I'm pretty stoked with what's here. It's not the best, but it's very solid. Like, it's not. You move the whole front clip with this chunk of the wheel well, so I'm pretty happy with it. All the places over here where I did some steel replacement, rust repair stuff, I added spot welds where they needed to be, and it looks pretty good. Once we get this wheel well, the inside of it, undercoated and whatnot, you won't really be able to tell that was redone. Like I said, it's not going to be perfect, but it's good enough for me, and that's all that really matters, because none of you guys are getting this car. For my first time doing a bunch of plug welds and cutting out pieces of a frame, I'm okay with what I got here. I think, actually, I know I didn't forget any spots that needed weld through primer, so everything that's under a seam, I guess, has primer on it, which is good and healthy. There's now quite a bit less rust on the front clip than there was initially, and I know we were kind of back and forth on whether or not we wanted to like cut out pieces and repair it or not, but I'm really glad that I went in there and spent the time to get as much rust out as I could. Because if you guys remember, I don't know if you guys do remember, but there was a hole right here. Yeah, there was a big old hole from rust. This is the original back piece of the wheel well from this front clip, and this is what we got now. It's pretty solid, so I'm stoked with it. I'm happy with it. Alright guys, I'm gonna end it here for today. Thank you guys for watching. Sorry it's been another 4 days since I uploaded, but I'll get this one out quick for you guys, and hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a comment, leave a like, and I'll see you guys in the next video.